In this video, I'm going to be giving you the best way to bond more with your dog so that you can have the best relationship with your canine friend. Coming up. What's up, guys? It's Jenna with Dog Liaison, where I coach you on how to enhance your dog's mental health needs. And on this channel, we break down scientific research in order to inform and educate us on how to train dogs. So if you're interested in a nerdier approach to canine cognition, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I drop a new video. Let's get into it. Now, the best way to bond more with your dog is actually a little bit easier said than done. And that is, the best way is to think about your dog's needs and your dog's wishes more than your own. Now, there are a couple perspectives to thinking about this. First, think about what your dog is genetically inclined to do. Is your dog genetically inclined to be an independent scavenger where he kind of goes about his way and is very aloof? Or is he more of a companion breed that likes to be beside his human? Now, if you have a more aloof or independent dog, then you probably want to give him a little bit more alone time. You probably want to give him that independence, and that's actually going to help him like you a little bit more. On the other hand, if you have a companion dog, especially like a toy breed that is meant to be on your lap, well, the best way to bond with them is to let them be on your lap. And so if you're interested in more about finding about your individual dog, I do recommend checking out the dogkey.com, and I will have that linked in the description box. It's a wonderful free resource that you can use to learn more about your individual breed. But finding out exactly what your dog is specifically designed to be, even that may or may not mean that that's how he is, but that's a good foundation point, finding out exactly what your dog is genetically inclined to do. Additionally, if your dog is genetically inclined to be a herder or is genetically inclined to chase squirrels, then you being part of that experience makes you more valuable. Think about what your dog is probably going to naturally enjoy. What is going to give your dog that dopamine drip, that natural inclination, that self-rewarding experience, and find that activity and integrate yourself into it. Additionally, if you have a dog that is more sensitive to you specifically, perhaps your dog just hasn't been able to trust you, maybe he's a new rescue or whatever, then giving him more space is actually going to be very beneficial. Think about it. If you are a trigger, if your dog currently has a negative association with you, then you being around more may be counterproductive if you're not doing it correctly. If you're not creating enough positive experiences, or if you're just going for indifference, for example, you might end up with a more negative outcome than positive. Plus, trust is a super important part to bonding with your dog. If your dog doesn't feel safe around you, then of course he's not going to bond with you. And of course, it's important that you think about it from his perspective. Whether or not he actually is safe doesn't matter. It's his perception of his safety that matters. So if he feels like he is threatened around you, then you need to establish that trust. And so in my next video, I'm going to be giving you actionable steps that you can do to help your dog trust you more. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get notified when that comes out. The next thing that I want you to think about is how much of your dog's day-to-day life is revolved around doing things you want versus things that he wants. Of course, you can have mutual interest. Of course, what is my dog doing? He's laying down. Of course, you can have mutual interests. There are gonna be things that you both want to do, you both are enjoying, but think about how much your dog is sacrificing. Your dog wants to know that his life is coming easy with you. He wants to know that you are aware of his needs, of his desires, and if he feels like he's giving more than he's getting, that's not a good foundation for a relationship. Just like with people, the best way to build a relationship with the dog is to do things that interest the dog. If you're going to try to befriend a person, you want to think about things that they like and do those things. It's the same with the dog. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, okay, but there are things that my dog wants to do that I don't want to do. So my answer to that is always to make sure that you are pairing the things that you don't enjoy with something that you do. So for example, if you don't like going out for a long sniffari for 48 minutes and your dog really does, well, how can you integrate something that you enjoy? For example, I tend to listen to a podcast. I don't usually like walking for long walks, but Max does. And so the way I work around that is I listen to my podcast during that time, and that makes it more thoroughly enjoyable for me as well. Tell me in the comments what you do with your dog to bond more with him, to give us all some ideas. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing for more dog training advice, how to enrich your dog's mental health. Make sure to check out some of these videos, and I'll see you guys next time.